just a boy when they sent me to war. 19 years old. I had never even kissed a girl. I had never held a child in my arms. I had never been farther than my daddy's farm. But they put a gun in my hand, a helmet on my head, and they told me I was a soldier now. This violin came with me. I used to play it back home, sitting on my mother's porch, the sun setting over the fields. But war is no place for music. War is a place for screaming, for dying. And yet, somehow, this violin survived it all. There were 5 of us, me, Tommy, Charles, Henry, and David. We weren't just soldiers. We were brothers, not by blood, but by something stronger, by the kind of bond that only war can create. We did everything together. We fought together. We bled together. We survived together. Until we didn't. It was December 1944, the Battle of the Bulge, the coldest winter Europe had seen in 100 years. Our boots were frozen solid. Our hands were stiff as corpses. We hadn't eaten in 3 days, and the enemy was everywhere. We were trapped. 5 of us, alone in a forest covered in snow so deep we could barely walk. No food, no radio, no reinforcements coming. Just 5 boys. 5 boys trying to make it home. Tommy was the first to go. We heard the shot before we even saw it. 1 minute he was laughing, talking about how he wanted to open a bakery when he got back. The next, he was on the ground staring up at the sky, his blood melting the snow. Henry was next. He stepped on a mine. We didn't even hear him scream. It was just gone. 1 second he was there, and the next, there was nothing but blood in the snow. David bled out in my arms, shot in the stomach. He kept calling for his mama. He was just 19, just a kid, and I couldn't save him. I couldn't do anything but hold him while the life drained out of him, whispering, "You're gonna be okay," when I knew damn well he wasn't. And then there was Charles, my best friend, the last one left besides me. We were hiding, barely alive, starving, freezing to death. And that's when he turned to me and said, "Play me something, John, just one last time." I pulled out this violin. My fingers were numb, my hands were shaking, but I played. I played for him, for Tommy, for Henry, for David. I played the only thing I could think of, Amazing Grace. Charles smiled. He closed his eyes, and when I finished, he was gone. For 80 years, I have played for them in my bedroom, in the dark, when no one else could hear. I played because if I stopped, it meant they were really gone. But tonight, I play for them one last time, and this time, I want the world to hear. This is for you, my brothers, for the boys who never got to grow old, for the ones whose names are carved in stone, for Tommy, who wanted to bake bread, for Henry, who never got to go home, for David, who called for his mama, for Charles, who just wanted one last song. Charles, I'll play you something beautiful now.
Good luck.